Hello everyone. Working in meaningful, inclusive employment is a right in the majority of countries around the world. However, for many people with Down syndrome and intellectual disabilities, it remains a dream. The good news is things are changing. Thanks to the hard work of many innovative programs, just like the one we're going to hear about now, employers and other key stakeholders are beginning to see and use the huge untapped potential of people who can make telling, long-term, positive contributions to companies, organizations, and workplaces. The following presentation tells us about one such program from the UK, DS WorkFit, run by the Down Syndrome Association. Our inspirational speakers will show us what is possible through a case study with the company GXO Logistics and the stories of Thomas and Tommy. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Alison Thwaite and I'm the Employment Development Manager for the WorkFit programme. WorkFit is the Down Syndrome Association UK's employment programme where we support adults who have Down syndrome into various employment opportunities. We believe that everyone who has Down syndrome can work if they want to and if they're in the right job with the right level of support. We work with various employees across a number of industry sectors and we place people into a variety of positions. The types of work that we offer are permanent paid jobs, fixed term contracts, work experience, paid and unpaid, supported internships, supported apprenticeships, and also volunteering with third sector organisations. WorkFit has been operated by the Down Syndrome Association in the UK for the last 10 years with great success. We have a model that we feel works for people who want to work, who are motivated to work, and who have career ambitions that we want to support. We work with a number of large and small employers in the UK, offering various types of jobs, and I'm delighted to let you know that we'll be talking to one of those employees in a few minutes and hearing from some of their employees to tell you about their WorkFit experience. One of the things that's fairly unique to WorkFit is the fact that we operate a buddy system. We work with the employer to decide on a buddy in the workplace who could accompany a new employee who has Down syndrome coming in, to give them some basic induction and training advice and to work side by side with them to help them to learn all of the aspects of the new job, not just the tasks but also the culture of the workplace and the environment and things that they will need to be key to their success. When we meet candidates who register for our programme, we help them to create a CV. We also do a vocational profile with them where we learn all about them as individuals and what their ambitions are, what they're interested in, what experience they may have, because we want to get a suitable fit for them with an employer that we feel can meet their needs. When we work with an employer, we provide a lot of advice, resources, support and training to them to help them to feel confident about welcoming a colleague who has Down syndrome into their workplace. Everything that we provide to our WorkFit candidates and to employers is free of charge and without obligation, and we are delighted to say that we've had a real surge in interest from employers in the last 6 months or so. I think we've seen a real shift towards a much more inclusive and supportive workplace environment. We feel that it's really important to open up new sectors to people who have Down syndrome, who may leave college with experience of perhaps catering or retail or hospitality type industries, but perhaps they don't have any direct experience of some of these other sectors. And we feel that it's a really good idea to introduce those sectors to them and give them the opportunity to give those jobs a try. Sometimes we offer taster sessions to people who can go along to an organisation and try some of the tasks and experience some of the jobs and the work there, just to see if that's something that they would like to be involved in. Our work with employers centres around giving them the confidence and the support that they need to recruit somebody and welcome them into their organisation. So everything that we provide to employers is free of charge, but one of the crucial elements to that is the training that we offer. The training is very person-centred, so it's focused on the person who has Down syndrome who will join the organisation. So we're able to offer quite a lot of detail about that person to their new buddies and line managers, to give the people in the organisation a lot of confidence about feeling that they can get to know that person and that WorkFit is there to support them. Another key part of our process is that we do support candidates and employers for as long as that relationship is in existence. So we have some people who've been at work for up to 10 years through the WorkFit programme, and we continue to provide support to that person who has Down syndrome and their family and that employer whenever they need us. Our initial work with an employer tends to focus on carving a role for the person who has Down syndrome. So we would go to an organisation and look at their various jobs and tasks and processes and work out what we feel might be an appropriate job for somebody with Down syndrome to do. And we would then perhaps tailor a job description around the strengths and skills and abilities of that individual to make sure that the placement is as successful as possible. We know there are significant benefits for employers recruiting people who have Down syndrome. They're going to get talented, motivated individuals who are very keen to work. And we know that there's often a positive change to workplace culture when welcoming somebody with a learning disability. Staff band together and morale generally improves. We also know there are lots of learning opportunities for the existing staff in terms of them supporting a colleague, but also in terms of the way that they deal with their customers, and it might help them with developing their products and services. Also, we know that the resource required as a buddy to support somebody who has Down syndrome is quite minimal, and that reduces over time as the new colleague becomes more and more confident in the work that they do. I just thought I'd take a moment to tell you about the different industry sectors that we've placed people into. We now have people who have Down syndrome working in science laboratories, in museums, in banks, in different business support services, and also in warehousing logistics. And that's the area that our guest speakers today are going to talk about. We're delighted to welcome GXO Logistics, who are an American-based company, and they have recruited 21 employees who have Down syndrome into various locations across England in the last 3 years. So now I'd like to welcome members of the GXO Logistics senior management team, and as I mentioned before, we'll also be hearing from some people who have Down syndrome who will be telling us about their jobs at GXO.
Hi, I'm Mark Simmons. I'm the HR Director for the GXO business across the UK and Ireland. Today our business comprises over 30,000 permanent employees across our business, and we're all seeking to have the most diverse and rich pool of talent to support our service that we provide to our customers. We've had a super relationship with WorkFit that's developed and continued to strengthen over recent years, and I'm really proud of the fact that not only can we provide job opportunities, but we can provide career opportunities for colleagues and individuals with Down syndrome. We've got a number of key individuals across our business, and the numbers continue to grow and expand across all our different operations. So I'm really proud that WorkFit plays an important part in our diversity and inclusion agenda and continues to strengthen the opportunities that we've got across GXO.
So, hello, Tommy and John from GXO. Good morning. Hi.
Good morning.
Morning.
It's good to see you both this morning. So obviously, Tommy and John, I wanted to ask you some questions.
So I am actually working as a transport operator.
Amazing, a transport operator. That sounds really good. And how long have you actually worked at GXO for?
Like literally, if I can count it in my head, I think I've been here for 3 months now.
3 months, brilliant. And you're settling in okay?
Yeah, it's gone great, thank you. At the first start, I thought it's going to be okay at first, but then after that, I got into the job. Then after that, I literally went into the transport office, and I thought, oh well, they all seem very lovely, and I think I'm going to like it here.
What days do you actually work, Tommy?
I literally work 3 days a week, which is Tuesday, Wednesday, and a Friday.
Brilliant. And what hours do you work?
I work 10 till 2. The task that I do is mainly just scanning paper of delivery, making sure there's loads of signatures on them, and then once that's through the computer system, I literally hand it over to one of the colleagues, which is called Lynn, and she checks them all, and then they send it off to the bigger management of this company.
What do you think's your favourite part of being in GXO?
It's quite tricky, this one. I'm not too sure, because literally this is the job that I was born to do, and I thought this is going really well for me.
And you like all of it then? You like everything? Yeah. You like everything you do?
Yeah.
That's fantastic, because most people don't like everything they do at work, do they? So it's really nice that you are enjoying it. That's amazing. Talk to me about your work buddy. Who's your work buddy at work?
My work buddy is Lydia Batten. She is amazing. She's lovely. But she's taken me to the train station on the Tuesday and Wednesday because I go home.
Oh, so she actually gives you a lift to the train station to help out with your transport as well.
Yeah.
And then she's obviously helped you to do what job you're doing now. So she helped you to supported you to learn what you have to do with your job. Amazing. And has she done that kind of like quite sort of slowly with you so that you've been able to understand everything that you've got to do? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. And you travel on your own on the train then?
Yes, I do.
That's amazing. Well done. That's brilliant. So you've got that independence. Fantastic.
I feel amazing having this job. Yeah, I feel amazing having this job. But I think it's a place where I learn and making sure how everything goes at work, and making sure I give my rent, have my rent to my mum and dad for their new house and everything like that. And I think it's going really well.
Okie dokie. Tell me about earning your money. What are you going to spend your wages on, do you think?
Well, I'm not too sure, but I do like going out sometimes, but that's part of inclusions. But I will spend more time as paying my mum and dad the rent, like the food and everything that they provide for home and everything.
Brilliant, Tommy. That's really responsible of you. So you want to be independent, you want to pay your way to your mum and dad. That's fantastic. Yeah, that's brilliant, is that, Tommy? Brilliant. What do you think is the best thing about having a job?
I think it's more important for me to have this job because I think it's an adult world where you just go out, work, do duty, and making sure you do everything that you possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely. Be independent, be able to earn money. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Fantastic.
I would say to the people that have Down syndrome that I think it's more important to get a job, and I think for them to live independently, to making sure getting work independently, and just take the opportunity where they can.
Fantastic, Tommy. Absolutely brilliant. Do you think you've seen a kind of an increase in staff morale? Mm-hmm.
It is a joy to work with. There's a sense of pride and satisfaction that comes from the transport team now, that they've sort of welcomed Tommy into their environment, which can sometimes be stressful, also rewarding at times. Yeah, I'd say, they're very proud team that's in the transport office, and they're excited with what they've achieved and the support that they're giving Tommy. So employees like ourselves needed that help and support from yourselves, just to make this happen. We're not specialists in this. We don't understand it. We've needed that support from yourselves. What we did, we obviously identified some roles on site that we thought were suitable for Tommy. Yeah. But then yourselves through the WorkFit programme gave us some comprehensive training on how best to support Tommy, what to look out for, how to react and manage different situations with Tommy. We introduced, and Tommy's already spoke about it, the buddy system, which gives Tommy some close support on site.
Yeah.
Also somewhere to go to, and if he's got any questions, he can ask his buddy, and she'll come to me if we need to raise the issue any further. We also have regular catch-ups and support meetings with yourself, just to make sure that everything's going well. And some of that support's been great. Your advice has been great, and I think that's helped with the whole programme. The whole of the warehouse has been great in supporting Tommy, and they talk to him every day when they see him, and up to now it's been great right across the site.
Hello, my name is Cathy Earnshaw-Balding and I work for GXO Logistics in the United Kingdom. I'm a senior HR business partner and I also head up our diversity and inclusion team in the UK. We work with DS WorkFit to employ people with Down syndrome in our business. But before I talk about that, I wanted to give you a little bit of context about our organisation. So GXO Logistics, we are the largest pure play contract logistics provider, can't even say it, in the world. We are across 27 different countries with nearly 100,000 team members. So here in the UK, we have around 242 locations with nearly 30,000 colleagues. We work across a variety of sectors and with many different customers in a third-party logistics provider. So we work in areas such as food, in retail, in e-commerce, technology and drinks, but that's just a few. I just want to talk to you a little bit about our relationship with DS WorkFit and how this all came about. So our relationship started with DS WorkFit and the team in around 2017. We had our first candidate, who was Samuel, in 2018. I joined the business in 2019 and I remember going to a leadership town hall. So that's where leaders from around the business all join together and we talk about and discuss lots of different things. So we had there a lovely lady from DS WorkFit and she brought along one of our candidates who worked on one of our sites. In my opinion, we had the best keynote speaker that I've ever seen, and his name was Jack, and he was one of our DS WorkFit candidates. He was absolutely amazing. He was high-fiving everyone, he was talking to everyone, he brought tears of joy, I must say, and laughter to the whole room. From that moment onwards, we were absolutely hooked. Gavin, who's our MD, he was hooked as well. So that's when our journey really began in earnest, I would say. Obviously, the whole world had 2020 and there's a little bit of blip there, but we retained all of our employees and we supported them while they were unable to attend work. But in 2021, we now have 21 candidates and we seem to be growing with that every single week. We've got a really good partnership with DS WorkFit. We work together to ensure that the candidates that come and join us are given the best opportunity in the best environment for them, and everyone's needs are met. Everyone's needs are very different, so we've got to make sure that we accommodate that. It's a good process, it's a very good process that we take on board. It takes some time, it's not lengthy at all, but we just need to make sure that candidates, that parents, that guardians, and that our sites are all happy with what we do. I think one of the things that we do is get people involved early on, so the general managers are all bought into it. It's really got to come from them to make this work. We train all our colleagues to understand the processes and what we need from them. Our candidates have buddies and they support candidates on a daily basis. We also have regular contact with DS WorkFit. They come in and support us at every opportunity. Anything that they can help us with, then they do. Every single candidate had potential when we took them on, when we first saw them. What we do is we help them to develop them to become the best that they can be. I was asked the question, why do you do it? So my response to that is, why wouldn't you? Our candidates are genuinely the most loyal, dedicated, fun, hard-working people that you could meet. They just want to do a good job. That's what they come to work for. We just give them an opportunity. The rest is really down to them. It's really about unlocking their potential. We don't do this because it's the right thing to do. It is the right thing to do, by the way, it absolutely is. But we also do it because it makes great business sense. Our colleagues, because that is what they are to us. If they do something wrong, then we tell them. If we do something that's really good, then we tell them that as well. We just treat them like everybody else. Every one of our colleagues, as I said before, has different needs and challenges at some point within their lives. And a person with Down syndrome is absolutely no different. I think the only thing that we've really done that's a little bit different is made some of the learning a little bit more accessible. So we've created some videos around that to help them with the learning. But to be quite honest with you, the rest of our colleagues enjoy that as well. And sometimes it's the much preferred option. So my final message would be, if you haven't already and you are in a position to be able to do this, then please take on a person with Down syndrome. Give them an opportunity. Someone gave you an opportunity once. Help them to unlock their potential. You won't regret it. If you did want to reach out to me or any of the team that we have across our business, then please do get in touch. We'd be happy to help.
Okay, so Tom, it's lovely to see you. So we've got Tom, we've got Gemma and Aaron today. So Tom, before you started at GXO, were you nervous?
Yeah, I was nervous.
Yeah, and obviously you had a chance to settle in now. And do you still get nervous or?
Yeah, I was. I was nervous. I hadn't met Aaron before.
Nervous now?
No.
You're all right now, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, great. And what tasks do you do at work? What's your main jobs?
12 shore, the baler, and the tray wash.
Brilliant. And what do you like best at GXO?
Getting paid. But between the unit that's coming up, the fire, going to the shop on the Friday. I just like getting paid.
Yeah.
I think John's done really well for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously you've got your two work buddies with you. And how do your buddies support you at work, Tom?
Aaron.
So she's asking, how do we support you?
Oh yeah. Aaron supports me with my locker. Come to meet me at the gate. He's a good worker. And half on the joke.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant. And how does having a job make you feel, Tom?
Good. I like working here. It's like to have to work really hard. You know, I think, like I was saying, I think what John said on the interview, and I thought to myself, no, that's good. I mean, this is what I wanted before I got female. So I think I would say John's done really well, because by now I will be alive if I'm really going to have a job. Done it. Because I do like it. You know, it's good. It's good to work with Aaron. It's good to work with Gemma. It's just not easy.
Absolutely. Well, that's you know, a great recommendation to GXO and your experience there. And what would you say to other people with Down syndrome that are looking for a job? What advice would you give to them?
It's good to work at XPO. It's good. And the next being going to Liverpool for Christmas. So if they're good for people to go, able to go, because there's people from the farm to come here.
Made a lot of new friends, haven't you?
Make new friends.
You have.
Mostly people from like who Rob, because I know he has Down syndrome. I use him as example. But yeah, I think people would like to work here.
Brilliant. Yeah, you definitely sell it to lots of people, Tom, in terms of working there. So thank you very much for sharing your experiences. And we're now going to have a bit of a chat to Gemma and Aaron. So firstly, how did you get involved with WorkFit?
So obviously, you and John have been communicating, speaking. Then John just asked a couple of people would they be interested, and what the role was and what the intake, and obviously having a meeting with yourself. So a few of us said, yeah, we're willing to do that. We're willing to even broaden our horizon about the issue and the situation and open our minds to it. So a couple of us straight away put our hands up without thinking, said, yeah, I'm up for it. I'm quite happy to open myself and see what we can do.
Absolutely, brilliant. And obviously, you know, you've worked with Tom for a little while. How is having Tom in the team? What's he brought to the team?
It's just like, not in the most positive way.
Show people that people like him can do the job.
He's just another person as well. There's no difference. That's the main thing. And I think a lot of people who had perceptions, it's opened their eyes to realise he's just another person. There's no difference. He's just as capable of doing the job that I'm doing and other people are. You had other people wanting to work with him. That's a big plus, wanting to get to know him.
It's made a lot more buddies since. A lot more buddies. Everyone loves him.
You're a very popular man, aren't you, in the team?
Because when I was here, talking to Liga, and again, I know Liga's gone, but on the 4th of May, I did do training with Liga. I just didn't stand her, because she talks all the time.
Like yourself.
Tom, I think you've got a reputation for being quite chatty as well, to be fair.
So Tom spoke to me in the past about he'd like to do more hours, and that's something him and John had speak. That just shows that he wants to be here. He wants to continue more hours.
Only because
he's too lazy for more hours.
Only because I wanted to do the forklift.
Wants to do other stuff, don't you, mate?
Well, it's brilliant that you're so ambitious, and Tom, you're always trying to do new things, and I think it takes a lot of hours to do the forklift.
Yes, he's really interested.
But you've definitely expressed an interest in all the different areas, which is brilliant. And I know
I do like working with Jenna and Aaron.
Mike as well,
When I was in the room, there was Aaron in the room and Mike in the room. But I met my buddies on the first day. It was Aaron and Mike.
Yeah. Absolutely.
One of the main focuses of WorkFit is to develop roles for people who have Down syndrome that are sustainable. And I'm delighted to say that over 90% of the people that we place into work are still in those roles over a year later. Approximately 70% of the roles that we develop are with private sector organisations, with the remaining 30% being split between public sector and also third sector organisations. We've had some wonderful success with various government departments, including Ministry of Justice, Department for Education, and also a number of the emergency services. Hopefully we've demonstrated that paid work for people who have Down syndrome is a realistic and feasible option. So finally, I'd just like to say thank you for joining us today. Enjoy the rest of the Congress, and if you have any questions, please contact us and we'd be happy to answer them for you. Thank you.